Ooh, nigga. Yeah, him. Just 'cause I said so. Yeah. Don't touch me.
It's Diddy laughing, obviously.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby? You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah.
Good morning!
And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is the first of the month. First of the month. Episode 1072. November 1st. Today we A lot got of people don't talk about how how Eazy-E
Oh, dude, they found everybody, but it's not just Eazy-E.
no, but Eazy-E was Bone Thugs' guy. That's a lot of people don't talk about that.
No, but I had like the double NWA, like double best of CD, and in the middle of that, so when they had those little folding papers and like the CD, which was impossible to get back in the CD, it folded out and had the tree of the original NWA members and who they discovered. Like Dr. Dre found like Eminem and a bunch of people. Easily
Yeah,
found
we know.
Bone Thugs. The whole
Mark.
tree. Oh, Bone Thugs is certainly a big part of that
my
tree.
God.
I'm saying everyone. That's anyone was found by NWA.
So Mark,
Ice
who had the
Cube
double
has his-
disc,
Ice
Mark,
Cube
who has
has
the double disc NWA thing, is totally missing my point. He is absolutely correct, but he's
Ice Cube
completely
found a
missing my
bunch of
point.
people.
He's missing my point. Wes, what do you think my point is?
I have no idea. I figured Mark.
My point is
must
that
have known, though.
Eazy-E and everyone else started beef. My point is, yes, everyone else found everyone, but they
NWA found
separated.
everyone.
Yeah, but they were also like, fuck you, Easy. And Eazy-E broke off, and he was not cool with Cube. He was not cool with Dre. He was not cool with any of those guys.
You saw the movie. The reason Eazy-E wasn't cool with everyone is because he was working with that shady
Jerry
guy.
Heller.
Yeah, so like
Jerry Heller.
Eazy-E by default screwed everyone out of money.
My point is, everyone knows that the other guys found a bunch of guys, but no one really talks about Bone Thugs and Harmony and Eazy-E.
We're huge.
That was his one. That was his one.
Well, see,
gem.
I did know your point. See, Bone Thugs is we're huge Bone Thugs guys. Cleveland,
Boom, 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 boom.
huge Bone Thugs guys. Yeah,
But yeah.
love him.
Anyway,
Wes isn't a big Bone Thugs guy. He doesn't
Apparently
get it.
not. Apparently not.
it's clearly not. As big
You
as
brought it
guys.
up, Les.
I mean, I was just saying. I know the song. It's probably the only thing I fucking know.
Seems like we're at a crossroads.
We are at crossroads. Crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads.
Crossroads.
Yeah, I know that.
Do you remember when PFT went to that bar? He went to that bar, an open mic night in our hometown, and he came back with what turned out to be. It was really hard to believe it at the time on all fronts, but he came back with what turned out to be an unreleased Bone Thugs and Harmony album from one of the Bone Thugs cousins. Do you remember that?
Well,
And
I
we,
remember-
we had it for like 5 years, and then the album finally came out. It was like that guy wasn't lying to us.
I remember one of the songs that he would perform that they performed was the Bone Thugs and Biggie, which was on the Life After Death double CD. It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie.
Notorious Thugs.
Yeah, Notorious Thugs, yeah. Memorized that.
Great song.
With some gangsters.
Well, it is the first of the month, which means payday, which means you can now afford some brand new Hard Factor merch that is dropping in the store right now. New cream of the crop tea, new cup of coffee in the big time tea. Here are the designs close up and personal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got
It's attractive.
we got hats, we got women's tees, we got women's tanks, we got men's tanks, we got coffee cups, we
those
got
socks?
koozies. I put a pair of socks in there.
Oh,
someone
I'm getting some of those
someone already
socks.
bought the blanket. Shout out whoever did that. I forget who did, but Michael somebody. Big shout out to
Lombard?
that. No, not Lombard. I'll find out by the end of the show. But yeah. And if there's anything that's not in there that you want, just DM me and I will specially make it if you promise to order it. That's the deal.
There you go.
That's how we're rolling.
Michael Lombard should get one because he sleeps in his truck in the, he needs
You should. We got
blankets.
stickers. Yeah. I mean, the coffee mugs are fire. I'm going to get one of those. So yeah.
Because he's a truck driver.
Because he's a
Right.
truck driver. They need as many
Not
blankets
because
as
he's
they can get.
homeless. Yeah.
Yeah, he sleeps in his truck.
Sometimes.
So, yeah.
Just to clarify, if you don't know who we're talking about.
That's a great gift for a homeless guy if you have a
huge
big
gift.
heart and a big wallet. Get him a blanket. That's right.
But Stephen C. You know who you are, Stephen C.
Oh, Stephen C. Man, he's
Stephen C.
We're
Yeah.
chatting about the story about the heart. I have it later in the coffee. Some horror
There you go.
news.
Big shout out, Stephen C. But yeah, if you want to support the show in any kind of way, merch is a great way to do it. Also, buying the stuff that we advertise is a great way to do it. Joining the Patreon is a great way to do it. Sending us just cold hard
Subscribing.
cash is a great way to do it. If you want to just send us cold hard cash, we'll DM us. We'll give you our Venmo.
Holiday
You know what I
season.
noticed? Some people started doing that on the YouTube.
Yeah,
they
tip on
did.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's great.
I like that. We didn't even ask for it. Someone was like, "These guys are working hard and look poor."
Tip for a nip.
Tip for a nip. I'll give you all the nips.
Wow, look at that.
I'll do anything short of bipping.
Yeah. I think Will's going to do a Freedom Funnel thing coming up soon, right? Didn't he say that
Yeah,
for the
at
merch?
the
Will's
live.
going to find an excuse to get absolutely hammered in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
If I
what
have
you
to. Every time a result comes in, red, blue, or in between.
Honey, you know that I have to do it. Just locked in his office, funneling
All right.
freedom.
Anytime anyone comments on the live stream,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Well, but it produces numbers, and we appreciate it.
That's right.
So, Mark, what are you talking about today in the cup of coffee?
I might join him for that. Yeah, I mean, I got all sorts of stuff. I hinted at there's some horror news. This is like Day de los Muertos, so we're still like one day after today. Then you can kind of move on to Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. But there's still one more spooky day. It's today. And then what else? Some criminals, some spooky criminals. One last day of them, and then yeah.
Oh, okay. Pat, what are you cooking on today?
I'm talking about I'm talking about some I'm recapping Halloween, hip hop Halloween. That's what I'm doing.
Nice, heavy hip hop day.
Speaking of Halloween, Inside Baseball, we record these shows the day before. So today is actually Halloween. And my son, I guess
The night before. You make it sound like we record it.
The night before. Yeah, it's the night
We
before.
record it with just enough runway to
Exactly.
edit it and have it
Kill
out by
ourselves.
midnight.
Yeah, and not kill ourselves.
Right. So if you listen to the show live, it's like we edit it afterwards. We have
It's
like
4 hours
2 hour
delayed.
Yeah. 4 hours later.
max.
So my son gets in the car this morning. We're on the way, and it's Halloween. I'm like, oh, it's 7th grade. Kid's gonna be dressing up, and he's like, some people are. I was like, oh, you don't care. So he's wearing a hoodie, and I've got some sunglasses. So I say, oh, I know what you can be.
Unabomber.
That's right.
Ted
Unabomber.
Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski. And he goes, who
That's
the
an
fuck's
easy one.
He's like, who's the Unabomber? So I showed him a picture of the police sketch, which looks nothing like the Unabomber in real life. And he
Well, do you
goes,
know what
"Cool."
happened there? Do you know what happened with that police sketch?
No.
So the original police sketch of the Unabomber looks like the Unabomber. Looks like Ted Kaczynski, right? The second police sketch of the Unabomber looks like the sketch artist who sketched the first Ted Kaczynski Unabomber one. Because the police were like, we need to inject some more life into this case. Let's get a new police sketch done. They went back to the original witness. They should have just kept the original sketch because the sketch artist
Remember
is the second
sketch
Unabomber.
artist?
Oh,
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh boy.
So anyway, I pick him up from school today. I'm like, how'd the costume go over? He goes, oh, I almost got sent home.
Really?
Yeah, he just didn't appreciate it.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. You shouldn't have a Unabomber in school.
I was like, they'd love it. He's like, no. He's like, I got scolded by pretty much every teacher, and they said if I was in public school, they would have sent me home.
He had a trench coat, so I sent him as Eric Harris.
Well, this is even more fucked up. We don't.
He was
say
Dylan Klebold.
Well, yeah, we don't say the name of these people, but he's Chosun Hui because he's Asian from Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. That would have flown over a lot of people's heads.
School shootings,
Give them
not
chains
funny.
to chain up. No, I know we don't talk about those people, but I went there, so I can say it every once in a while.
Yeah,
And
he
I said
blamed
the
me for whole
original
thing.
school shooters. So I mean, like, come on, you know,
Virginia Tech was what? We're old, almost 20 years ago now.
never forget about
Yeah,
that.
never forget. Yeah. All right, let's do the fucking news.
Let's do the news, yeah.
Buy the shirt. Do the news. Let's do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, first up is the joke of the day. And I'm allowed to use his name, even though he scolded me for trying to protect his career. This one's from Father Brian again. It says, my wife asked me, how many women have you slept with? And I proudly replied, only you, darling. With all the others, I was awake. Ho!
Hey,
Come on. Well, you wouldn't say that to her face. That's
No,
why the guy's in the hospital bed in that picture.
yeah.
keep it at the bar.
Yeah, keep
Oh,
that.
I get it. I get it. She nailed him in the balls so hard. That's why. He's,
Yeah, she
Spread out like
obviously she obviously kicked him in the balls or
Yeah.
cut his dick off, and then he's in the hospital. Yeah. All right. Some honorable mentions. Got a quick update for you on a story we covered recently. Thanks to John for tipping us off on this one. Do you remember the hunting lady from Montana that went out without her boyfriend, who was also her hunting buddy, to hunt for bears, but stumbled
course.
upon what she thought was a wolf,
yeah. So she skinned a husky.
then killed it and skinned it and posted
I'll
it all
never
over the
forget
internet.
that image.
Bragged about had to see it again today, and I here it is. Like, I cut off the dog part because it's just literally
It's hard
completely. It's a hard to watch image. Look at image. It's a dog's head.
I mean,
and then like it's just skinned.
It's like a bear
it was
rug.
such a it was such a delightful meltdown. What happened? Because she
Just a dog.
posted the photo thinking it was a wolf. She had bought a wolf license. And
Correct.
I mean, like, well, and
was
it's
a
the
legal
most
hunt.
it's the most horrific photo you've ever seen in your life.
Yes.
With a clearly a skinned husky laid out on, you know, like a rug in the back of a pickup truck, and then she changed her story to I only killed it because I thought it was a hybrid pup.
Well,
and it was a
no,
young
that's
coming at
hybrid.
me. Yeah.
No, then she changed.
And then it
the
was
story.
coming at me,
She
right?
changed the story from bragging about how awesome it was to it was scary and I was in self-defense mode and I was scared for my life, even though I'm bragging and smiling and laughing in all the photos.
Point is, you're still so stupid you couldn't tell the difference between a husky and a wolf, and you still skinned it and you still took
correct.
pictures of it.
Have you guys ever seen a wolf in real life? They are.
Yeah, they're
it is
humongous.
It's a huge
They
difference.
don't look like huskies, no. And she lives in Montana, so get with it, lady. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. She's sitting and smiling with the skinned animal over pictures.
The other, sorry, Mark, we interrupted.
yeah,
The other great
there
part
you
is, I guess someone had released 19 huskies at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they were in the
13
woods.
running around. Yeah.
So,
something crazy,
so the,
yeah, it was like a farm.
the
it
game
was like
warden
a farm.
was immediately like, oh, okay, I know what you did there.
It's like someone passed away at a farm and their kid's like, I don't think so. I'm not taking care of these fucking animals. Well, Amber Rose Barnes, or the Butcher of Montana, as they're now calling her, has been charged with animal cruelty.
I mean, that's a bit of a
Update.
stretch. She's paid the
Update.
price.
Well, no, they're not charging her with like illegal hunting because she'd have the license, but it's a misdemeanor. She's going to get no jail time. Maybe her defense lawyer can introduce a plea of stupidity. If insanity is allowed, I don't see why in certain crimes pure stupidity can't get a lesser sentence or a different form of rehabilitation. Like instead of community service, which is what she's going to get, maybe community college.
There you go.
You gotta
Force her to
learn something,
read.
babe.
Yeah.
You gotta learn something.
Maybe like a course on what dogs look like.
Yeah, like send her to school on the
Before you-
state's time.
Send her
Before
to
you can get a
Siberia.
hunting license,
Yeah.
you have to pass this test where you say what's a dog and what's a wolf.
80 hours of community college.
Now, is that a bear or a big dog?
Almost. That's a
moron.
dog, Amber. That one's a dog.
She's real stupid. Anyways, speaking of...
She felt so good after she killed that big bad
Oh
wolf.
man, this is the most horrific picture. I watched the
It is
Terrifier
so
too,
bad.
which I'll get to later, and this picture was alarming even after watching that today. Speaking of bragging on social media, Elon Musk has been doing a lot of that since he took over Twitter, and now we're going to have to do a quick social media update corner thing because some shit went down in the past 24 hours about social media things. First up, apparently Musk literally fired everyone on the board of directors at Twitter, and he is now the sole and lone director at Twitter. It's starting to sound like this is more and more like a dry run for Mars. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like his first order of business, apparently, as emperor of Twitter, is to get rid of the awful Twitter Blue, which is $5 a month, which I applaud. That thing like lets you edit tweets and not much else. But he's going to replace that with a much more expensive $20 a month subscription that will give you some extra features, TBD. But most importantly, it's been announced that it will be the only way you can be verified, including existing blue check marks. You will have to pay him $20 a month to keep your blue check mark, effective pretty much immediately.
That's smart. Is anyone concerned that like this guy runs like the company that pays his bills, Tesla, SpaceX, right, which is competing with NASA, is going to overtake NASA, the Boring Company, right, the tunnel company, and now he's the only guy on the board at Twitter, and you had Jack Dorsey who was focused on exclusively running just one company.
I'm worried about him having all these things. He's going to have robots in your house.
I'm worried about him. How's he going to find the time to actually do the business?
Well, who cares about Twitter? Twitter's stupid. He wants this launched by November 7th, where he's going to fire all of the current devs working on it, apparently, which I believe.
This is great though, because it's gonna like all the people out there bitching about Twitter right now. We're gonna find out real quick how much they actually care about their little Twitter handles when their blue check marks stay where they are.
I mean, look,
Like
he's got to make some money back on his whatever billion investment. I get it. We're probably going to pay $20 a month since we have a blue check mark, but
we're not
No
with
doubt
these
about
people
it. For
bitching about it.
status?
yeah.
I'd go hungry and pay for status.
Right. I know you would. I don't know if it's like true about the firing and stuff. There's also a rumor that racist language has gone up 500% since Musk took over.
I think that's a rumor.
I don't know how do you search for every keyword that's ever been tweeted in the past couple of days? You're like, that's
Twitter API. They have an API.
Do they? Okay. So that's up apparently 500%. And also claims from people like Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who claims he's stopped being shadow banned since Musk took over. He's saying he's getting like 5 times more followers per day than before Musk, and that it's probably because he was shadow banned. So there's rumors of racism, unshadow banning, people getting fired. We're gonna be charged more. My point is, it's only like 2 weeks in, and shit is getting crazy on Twitter, and I'm here for it because I don't really give a 2 flying fucks about Twitter. I think it's hilarious. I don't like the racist stuff. Outside of that, outside of inciting violence and racism, I hope the chaos continues on Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Yeah,
it's fun.
Love chaos.
It's fun. The other probably bigger social media news, at least short term, on Halloween yesterday was Instagram suffered some major outages, and people were freaking out because like a lot of accounts were just straight up suspended. Like,
so I got an email early Halloween morning from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game account, which took us, I'm not lying, 3 years of straight contacting inside sources that worked at Facebook and Instagram to get them to allow us to have a Facebook page and an Instagram account for a game, right? So we have the official Texas Chainsaw Massacre account. This is the TCM game.
Right.
And it kept getting banned, which I appreciate in some respects because the algorithm was saying, oh, this is copyright infringement. We're saying, no, here's the license. They're allowed to do this. It took us 3 years. They emailed us this morning and said, our account's been completely suspended.
So you crapped your pants. Yeah, because it was an outage. A lot of people crapped their pants, Pat. It was, in fact, our group crapped our pants so we didn't get suspended, but we were like losing a bunch of followers, which was the other thing. You were either suspended or like losing followers proportionate to how many you had, right? And we were a little bit on edge. Pat was on edge because of this chainsaw thing. We were all on edge because, TikTok took away a passive income of ours recently for the amount of views and followers it destroyed from us. But yeah, so everyone was like kind of rattled, but it turns out once they Googled it or went to Twitter, more likely, everyone was affected and it pretty much got back to normal by the end of the day. And I'd like to just kind of sum up what happened with Instagram from a tweet from the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik says, "You dumb son of a bitch. I swear to the Jesus, I break my fucking Instagram. Suplex it, put it in a camel clutch, break its fucking back, make it humble, that piece of shit, no good motherfucker, jabroni of the earth. Hashtag Instagram down."
What's a camel clutch?
That's his finishing move, bro.
Yeah, it's finishing move.
What is it?
So he like lays on your back and he's sitting on your back and he lifts your chin up with both hands. So you're like neck's breaking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bad
First
day
he
for Instagram.
hammers your back and then he
Halloween, I mean, that's as far as horny days
Huge
go
Instagram day.
to post on Instagram. Halloween is probably the biggest with all the sexy outfits and costumes and
big mistake.
Big mistake, huh?
I remember
I guess it's technically a mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
it was a mistake. I remember practicing wrestling moves on childhood friends, and like some of them don't hurt, some of them do. Like the sharpshooter didn't really hurt. Figure four doesn't really hurt, but the Boston Crab, or the Walls of Jericho and the camel clutch certainly hurt. I made a kid cry doing the camel clutch too hard one day, and I was like, oh,
You
Camel
can't
clutch
do camel
definitely
clutch.
hurts.
Yeah.
You
Camel
can break
clutch
someone's like back with that shit.
you got to be careful.
Their neck.
Camel clutch. China's back up to their bullshit again. They steady bullshitting over there. Remember when it was like, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think either Wes did the story or he reacted to it when people were locked down in their version of Costco, and he's like, no
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like locking people down everywhere. Well, it happened again. This time at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland in Shanghai. Shanghai has a very strict no COVID policy, and over the weekend, I guess 10 total cases were reported in all of 50 million people in Shanghai. So they locked down everything, including Disneyland, that had this is one of the images. Tens and tens of thousands of people at Disneyland were not allowed to leave the park.
I mean, hold on. Put that picture back up.
Yeah.
What guys, what do you think is going to happen, China? I mean, you have that many people together, right? I don't care if it's COVID. I don't care if it's a flu. I don't care what it is. People are going to give each other what they got. That's just
correct,
that's the deal. You can have one or the other. You can't have both.
That's correct, Pat.
Pat, they've been trying to fix this by killing all the girls over there for decades. I mean, it's just not
That's
working.
also correct. Yeah. So I guess what happened was they shut down the gates of the park, and no one's allowed in indefinitely. But no one also is allowed out unless you show them a real-time negative tests. Like you have to take the test in front of them, then they'll open the gate for each individual that shows them a negative test. And you have to then do 3 negative tests 3 days in a row where they like set you on fire with a flamethrower or something. Yeah. So the good news for the people there though is that the rides are still going on. So you can hop back on Splash and Space Mountain indefinitely while you're there for the next 3 months.
There's like a 0.001% of the population that would enjoy that.
Yeah. No, let's do it again.
Yeah. This is the best.
Unlimited rides. There's currently millions of people in lockdown in China because of the no tolerance. So yeah, if you're traveling to Disneyland, maybe go to California or some other country. If you have family in China, go travel there, but maybe don't pop into the Shanghai Disneyland if it reopens, or go to these large places over there because they're going to shut down on you.
Anywhere with doors, basically.
Yeah. All right, quick movie update. I finally watched Terrifier 2, as I mentioned earlier. It was streaming.
Did you go to theaters or it's streaming?
No, it's streaming on Screambox starting on Halloween, first day. And let me tell you, Wes would not have liked it.
No. I didn't think so.
It was gory. It was very, very graphic and gory. I liked it, but it was over the top.
What do you mean you liked it though? Like what? Like
Yeah.
gore porn? It's not for me. It's not for me, my friend.
Yeah, I liked it because I was so like, whoa, this is crossing a line. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because it was like medical level, like in terms of like if you're gonna take someone's head off, you see the anatomically correct insides of their body.
Yeah, it's very well done. Who's the famous guy?
Nicotero.
Yeah, like
Romero.
He did Maniac. Yeah, like the Spanish guy. I think he worked with Robert Rodriguez.
Del Toro.
Oh yeah. He was like a machete and stuff. He was in From Dusk Till Dawn. I think he was like the most famous.
Tom Savini.
Yeah, Tom Savini. It was like that level. I think he did Maniac, which was the first the shotgun blast to the guy's head in the beginning of Maniac. That's like one of the best ones. It's like it's well done, graphic gore,
very realistic.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, in other horror news, Jazzy Jeff of Canada alerted us, and then Stephen C got in on it. Thanks for buying that blanket. About this new TV show on the Discord, Camp Crystal Lake, which is, I guess, a prequel to. Do you know anything about this? Pat?
Yeah, I do. I got a.
Because they're kind of in your world.
I got a text and a phone call from my lawyer. Said they beat you to it. I said,
that's
fuck
what I was going to
you.
say. When's the Texas Chainsaw TV show coming out? Because
we've been working on it for 5 years, man.
These bastards just dropped this news.
So here's what happened to the Crystal Lake space. So Aaron Guzikowski, right, who's the writer of Prisoners. Remember that movie, Prisoners?
Of course.
Right. Guzikowski. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Garrett Guzikowski wrote a Friday the 13th. I read it. It's good. They got down to a week before production, and it got killed. 2 reasons. You guys familiar with the Copyright Reversion Act of 1978, I believe? Essentially, after a certain period of time, I think it's 40, 45 years, you can get your copyright reverted to you if you sold your copyright off. And the guy that created the story for Friday the 13th, right, not the writer, but the guy that created the story said, I own the rights to this thing. It's the same thing that the family that wrote the article that Maverick was, or Top Gun was based on did. Yeah. They said, we're going to get the rights back. My buddies who did
How are these people still alive again?
They just are. My buddies who are doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, Gun, they had just put out the Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
They got fucked big time because essentially a judge put a stay on all production or any sales.
Well too, right?
It did really well, but they couldn't sell like any DLC stuff, secondary stuff. They couldn't keep the game like truly like, alive and shit. And then this show that Guzikowski, or the movie that Guzikowski wrote, got shut down. That court case got settled, and now it's coming back. Right.
Well, Camp Crystal Lake's confusing to me.
Well, Camp Crystal Lake's is the best one. It's Mrs. Voorhees. It's the mom.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch a TV show about his crazy mom.
That's she's she's the only interesting character in the Friday the 13th series.
So it's going to be her like plotting the first movie, basically like losing her mind because her kid.
Well, that's what's interesting about Jason is you have the first movie.
Jason's the main villain.
Jason's not in the first movie, right? I mean, he is with like
no, he's not.
Well, he is in like an underwater
flashback
scene, right, where his head's all bloated because he got drowned and shit.
Yeah.
No, but she's the only like character who has any sort of development anywhere in the series.
Friday the 13th is all about Jason. I'm going to hard pass if it's not about Jason, and hard pass if it's like an anthology, and hard pass if like the lake is like it's like, oh, the lake gets fish sick and dog sick, and it may like, what did it create?
It's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel. That's what I'm saying. So what did it create? Like a Jason 20 years before Jason, but it wasn't supernatural enough, so the kids
think about this. You have a woman who's
the lake,
willing
like Pet
to
Cemetery.
Yeah,
Guys,
exactly.
No,
Pass,
the
pass.
lake
Pass.
the lake got cursed when they let Jason die in the lake
it?
because they were.
I don't know.
They were smoking weed and canoodling or whatever.
Why is it
came
called
first?
Camp Crystal Lake? I think the lake may have been supernatural.
Because it has to do with the woman, Jason's mom. I think she worked at the lake. Did she
What,
work
is she
at
a
the
witch?
lake?
No, she brought her kid to the camp, and the fucking kids were banging instead of paying attention, and he couldn't swim. She
So
brought a
you're
stupid
saying-
kid that couldn't swim, like Tony from PA, and Tony from PA drowned in the lake because his mom was.
So you're saying hard pass because it's called Camp Crystal Lake. You assume
hard
that
pass
it's about
because if Jason wasn't in the first movie, then
Right.
I don't want to go behind that because I didn't like the movie without Jason to begin with. Friday the 13th to me is all about Jason. Before
boys.
Jason, I don't care.
So I drowned in the lake this weekend.
But you're saying it's because it's called Camp Crystal Lake. Therefore, if it's based on
because
Camp Crystal
it's a prequel
Lake,
to a movie series that didn't have their main character in the first movie. So a prequel
Okay.
to that sounds stupid.
it doesn't sound stupid. It sounds like it could be good, and it could be the smart thing to do with this here with the franchise.
Hard pass. Lastly, it was announced that Avatar 2 has a run time of 1.5 meals. It's over 3 hours long. It's Dances with Wolves on Another Planet in both length and exact storyline. It's exactly Dances with Wolves.
I don't care. Anything James Cameron does, I'm there. I'm
It's
there.
gonna be good. It's gonna be great graphics. I mean, what are we not gonna see it? Come on.
Speaking of James Cameron, I told you guys last night I've been rewatching Entourage, and they're at the part where they go to Sundance to meet James Cameron, and boy oh boy, does Entourage love the FAGGOT word back in the day. They work it into pretty much every episode.
That was at the time when it was getting a little controversial too.
They are very homophobic dudes.
Yeah. Well, Mark, you know who produced it? It's Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg hates the
Boston.
FAGGOTs because he was called it his whole life because he was Marky Mark and he was in the underwear model. So he has he definitely is a homophobe. Anyway,
He also blinded a Vietnamese man.
yes, he did. He did and got away
Did he?
with it. Yeah, he almost killed he was bullying some Vietnamese kids and threw like a rock at some dude's face, and he was young enough where he got like a slap on the wrist.
That guy still can't see.
No, he's blind. Also, aren't there like 5 more Avatars
Kind
planned?
of lucky he can't
that
see
are-
the movies. You know.
Are they all gonna? Yeah, he can't. Are they all gonna be over 3 hours long? Can we get back to 2-hour long movies? Cameron, Scorsese, whoever else thinks they're movie god.
Don't
Like,
say Scorsese. Scorsese's got some long ones.
I just.
Oh yes, you mean yeah.
The
Man,
Irishman, right?
I kind of like it.
Was like 6
I
hours.
didn't even watch that. It was so long.
Too long.
I like one a year. I like to get. There's one a year that should
Okay,
be allowed
fair
to do a
enough.
3-hour piece, right?
We should vote on it.
Hey, like the Irishman was too long. There's no doubt about that. Way too long.
You don't think Avatar 2 is going to be too long at 3 hours and 10 minutes? It's gonna
No,
be
because if it's 3 hour, like if you're orgasming, right? Do you want an orgasm to go as long as possible, or do you
don't
want it
drink
to
a
be short?
soda at the theater, right?
Have an intermission.
Yeah, have an intermission is a good point. All right, that takes us to
The cream of the crop.
Turn it off. I'm coming too hard.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Make it
instead.
shorter.
I'm just gonna pee my pants. And today's story is Paul Pelosi's. It was Paul Pelosi's lover. Turns out. Yes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It wasn't. I'm 98% sure it wasn't. But it would have been a much better story if it was. And we will keep an eye on developments with the attacker, though. And word is Paul is getting better, which is why I made the joke.
We haven't
He's
heard
gonna
from
make
the
a full
attacker
cover.
yet.
No, but there are a few more details on the attacker. He's Canadian and was, I guess, in the U.S. illegally, probably because he had like a DUI or domestic violence in his past, or both, or because like both governments knew he was crazy, manifesto crazy. So like he wasn't allowed to like travel to the U.S., but he was here. He also
Guy's manifesto crazy, man.
yeah, we don't allow them in, and vice versa. He also allegedly told Paul he was there to question Nancy. He was going to tie her up and question her, and if she lied to him once, which he was expecting she would, he was going to break both of her kneecaps so that they would have to wheel her into Congress and show the consequences of lying. And then Paul, when he kept asking where's Nancy, was like, she's not home and she won't be back for days. And he goes, I'll wait. And he goes, she won't be back for days. And he said, I said, I'll wait. That's when he knew he was in trouble, when the guy was just going to camp out for a couple days. Also, here's another picture of the guy, different than we showed yesterday. That's got to be fetal alcohol syndrome, right?
Yeah.
I feel
That's
like so what he's filming in this
Something's
photo.
going on
This
here.
is pretty great.
Looks
I'm a little bit
Icelandic.
confused. I'm a little bit confused because
He looks like
I
his mom
initially
liked
read-
vodka.
I initially read that in that photo he was filming the nudist wedding of a nudist activist, but it turns out he was married to that nudist activist. that they said he was
honestly,
filming.
since he didn't kill a lot of people, and we can say his name, I want to find out more about this guy's past for sure. But the real,
Well, I started reading his blog. It's horrible.
Well, I don't want to read his blog.
But there's also it's also Paul Pelosi.
It's dated.
That's the type of stuff I'm interested in. Who's he fucking, right? But the real cream of the crop is different. It's a different criminal. Meet 50-year-old Indiana man, Richard M. Allen of Delphi, or Delphi, I'm not sure. Politics, Indiana. Allen was arrested and charged this Friday with the 5.5-year-long unsolved murders of Indiana teens Abigail Williams and Liberty German. They were 13 and 14. Really sad. The girls went up for a hike along like Delphi historic trails in February 2017 and never came back down the trail. Their bodies were found in the woods the next day, a half mile from where they were dropped off by a bridge on the side of the road. Which sucks, maybe. Yeah, don't drop your kids off on a bridge. Allen worked at the local town CVS, this dude, and the girls and like
Holy
their families.
Shit, I was just gonna say this guy looks like he works at a Walgreens, but
you were on it, dude. You should have said it.
Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you at least take that swing?
I don't know because
I believe you, but it doesn't.
I was going to go on another tangent about a guy I met last night at CVS that was like doing like stand up for every customer that came through, and I just didn't want to get into it.
We'll have to if you want, we can edit it out, or we can just take your word for it.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, sorry, you missed
You
it.
have to trust me.
Yeah, and then so he apparently like it's a small town, I guess, and the girls and like their families want there's one CVS, right? So they like went in there a lot, and the guy had probably been watching these girls for a while. One of the girls, the Liberty, her aunt was like a very regular at the CVS store, and she said
Very sick.
yeah, she loved medicine, and probably whatever else they have at CVS, gum. And like I guess after the bodies were found, they started planning the funeral. And she said, quote, "I went into the store to print photos of Libby for the funeral, and he was the one who helped me. I was a mess trying to get the images off my phone. Once they were printed, he looked at me and said, 'I'm not going to charge you for this,'" which is the least he could have done since he murdered her, I guess.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, saved her like $30. Pretty terrible, but it sounds like at least that they caught the son of a bitch, although much more to come because the cops are keeping tight-lipped on like what was the clue or evidence that even got them to finally make the arrest. Apparently the affidavit and all the court stuff and like the police report for why they arrested him is sealed by the judge. Like no one's allowed to see it. The police had a press conference where they apologized for not giving more information other than that they arrested this guy for murder. Apparently neighbors are saying 2.5 weeks ago, they raided his house, grabbed some stuff, took it out. This Friday, they arrested him. Sounds like they got the guy, but he just pled not guilty in his first appearance. His next court date is January. He's obviously on remand. And then the trial, if he continues to plead not guilty and doesn't confess, will be in March. Ooh. So
yeah,
more to come on that for sure.
Hell yeah.
That was the top story.
Glad they got him, man.
Yeah. Sad story.
Yeah, CVS and Walgreens, some old women just still do all their shopping there. They'll pull out a cart and just do all of it.
Yeah.
Every single thing, except for vegetables, they can get anything they need.
They feel safe at the CVS, but
they do. It's so bright in there.
Sometimes there's these guys there.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. No, that's it.
Okay.
Who's next?
Pat, you're up.
I had a little nude dude walking at me.
Oh, that's cool. Happy Halloweeny.
Hey, let's see his penis.
Happy Halloweeny. hey, prove it.
Stay back. Stay back.
What are you, Paul Pelosi?
Oh, man. Oh. Hey.
Little kids walking around naked in your house? Just kidding.
All right, guys. First of all, I was gonna recap 2 Halloween celebrity stories. That was my plan. One, I still am gonna recap. The other, I'm not gonna recap because it's old. But I want to ask you guys this question. Why was this on my feed? This is on my Facebook feed. Take a look. If you can you guys see that? Can you read it?
Yeah. Watch Shaggy 2 Dope try to hit Fred Durst with a flying kick on stage during a concert.
Okay, right. Get it? Then it says the Insane Clown Posse and Limp Bizkit fight is like a Monster Energy drink fever dream.
That's pretty good.
It was posted 1 day ago. So
that's pretty good. It's just one of those stories. It's one of those stories that's so good they have to bring it back.
Well, they brought it back because it's from 2008.
Yeah.
It's from 2008.
I don't blame them. I'm glad I didn't remember it, so I'm glad it's news to me.
It kind of bugs me.
It was a slow news day.
Was it a slow news day, do you think?
A little bit.
You trying to say my coffee was slow?
No, I'm saying I had trouble
Okay.
finding
I see what you're
stories.
saying. I get it.
It kind of bugs me. Do you want to see it? Here it is.
Yeah.
There they are, rocking out, and then bam.
Oh, what a
misses
drop kick!
him.
But he had no force behind it.
missed.
That was pathetic.
Yeah,
he
he
got the perfect height, but he didn't have any. He he was short.
He didn't commit.
He like tapped him.
He missed, yeah.
Why did
listen,
Andres just beat his ass?
We don't know what happened. Apparently, security took Shaggy 2 Dope off stage in 2018. Keep this in mind, guys. And Shaggy 2 Dope, he did do the whole like backyard wrestling thing. You'd think he could drop kick better. Who knows? Anyway, what we're actually talking about today, guys, is a different Halloween fight situation. One that actually happened this Halloween.
Different.
I heard different. Guys, this right here, do you recognize this gentleman?
No.
You ever watch the show Power, the 50 Cent produced show Power? Very popular
no.
show.
No.
I didn't realize how popular it is. It's like one of the
Handsome guy.
biggest shows on television. My cousin works on it. He's always talking about how big Power is. Oh, man, we're on like the 7th spinoff of Power now.
Yeah, they have
Really?
like different main characters each year, right?
Yeah, but there's like Power, and then there's like Greed. There's other single
Yes.
monosyllabic or mononym names for the shows that have to do with a
I
thing.
got one called Lust.
Lust, there could be. I mean, it's in the wheelhouse. But this is Michael J. Ferguson. Michael J. Ferguson was a background actor on Power. He got real lucky. He got the call up. That happens sometimes for you background actors, also known as extras. They don't like to be called that. Sometimes someone's like, "Hey, I like your look, kid. Can you act?" And then bam, before you know it, you're starring on a television show. That's what happened to Michael J. Ferguson. It's pretty cool. Good for him. He plays 2-Bit on the show. Never seen the show, but sounds like he might be a criminal, a 2-Bit
Is
criminal.
it the Book of Power? I've heard of that too. Different.
I think it's different.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, so Saturday night, Halloween, who goes out? P. Diddy. And P. Diddy dresses up like a character that, as a white guy with a little bit of mental illness, I've avoided completely and totally. And I'm talking about
You're the only one.
Heath Ledger's the Joker.
Yeah.
Because post Aurora, I said, "Oh, that's off limits for me. That's just an off limits costume." Now, some folks I know, white guys on social media who aren't the most stable individuals, they didn't get that memo, Mark.
That's the number one costume the past 5 years, easily.
100%.
The Joker.
100%.
Easily. The Office satired it, where they had everyone in the office dress up as the Joker. Yeah.
Right. And now that the trend has passed, it makes you even more concerned for the guys that are dressing up as it, in my personal opinion.
It's a little bit too much at this point. Not
It's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But Diddy is Diddy, right? And
He did it really well, though.
He did it really, really well.
Really
And as a
well.
black man in America, kind of flipping the script a little bit, this created a situation because he's full mask where he can have a gun in the street and feel comfortable without being shot as part of his costume. So, see what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
There's pros and cons. Diddy did it really well. And he was rolling up in character. This man is in character. And the video I'm about to play for you is his interaction with Michael J. Ferguson. And Michael J. Ferguson is an idiot. And P. Diddy is a god. Because P. Diddy, Puff, if you will, is so focused on staying in character. It's just delightful. It's what you want to see on Halloween. You want to see a guy who's just so committed to the role that everyone else around him just has to react. And most people react by laughing and saying, "This is Halloween." Hilarious. But not Michael J. Ferguson. Michael J. Ferguson does not like to be disrespected, even on Halloween. He doesn't like for people. He didn't see Batman. He didn't see the Dark Knight Rises. He didn't see the Joker movie, apparently, because this is what happened, okay, when Diddy rolls up. And I want you to pay close attention because Diddy's in character. He slightly breaks character when he needs to, and then jumps right back into character.
She's pussy. Yeah. Supposed to be like, you, nigga. Yeah, him. Just 'cause I said
Quit macking, man. Don't even let him get you out there, man. Keep that shit macking.
What's up, you
Excuse me about that.
Man, you got a
Keep
problem?
that shit macking, man.
really taking over my
Like,
name. I hurt you.
Nah, don't do it.
So what did I do to
Don't do it
you?
for this crowd. Don't do it for
What
this
did I do
crowd.
to you?
Don't
You know
do
who
it for
I
this
am?
crowd.
What a king.
Come to
What a
the
king
after
Diddy
party.
is,
Weird.
man.
Change your
Come
mind.
to the after party and change your vibration.
Did he also confront Tyler the Creator in a video? Was it the same?
Oh, earlier, Tyler the Creator was rolling by. Tyler the Creator rolled his window down and was like, "I love this. What's up?" And
Yeah. That was Diddy too.
That was Diddy, just staying in
Wow,
character.
he
man.
was
that a-
really
you
good.
mentioned
He was way better in that one.
You mentioned a gun, and he pulled out a gun. Was that a prop, or was that a real gun?
He had a prop gun. He had a prop gun that Ledger had, the same one.
Right.
I took these photos. I didn't get a chance to put them up, but Diddy,
The one where he
you
had
know,
the bank, where he's like, "Trrr," and just like,
yeah,
shoots.
exactly. I mean, Diddy was a king, man. He was hardcore in character. Right before that video started, he was jawing with this guy. Apparently, he was just too Joker, and Ferguson was like, "Hey,
You're weird.
I don't like that."
Yeah, get away from me, weirdo.
I don't understand Halloween. Okay.
Goofball. Did you see the picture of him or the video of him in the cop car leaning his head out too?
Yes,
Yeah,
he posted that on his Instagram. It was
badass.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, Diddy won Halloween, in my opinion.
Him at Ty, Machine Gun Kelly doing actual cocaine off Megan Fox's tits, where they were dressed as Pam and Tommy Lee's, pretty damn close.
It's pretty good.
See that? Is that on IG?
Oh yeah, it's just her tits, and then he's like doing cocaine off.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's cool, but
Very
Diddy being
cool.
this committed to his character, I really appreciate. And he could have crushed this man. He could have crushed this man. He had his henchmen with him who had the masks from the robbery in the beginning of the movie. And Diddy said, "Do you know who I am? I'm Diddy." After he let the guy talk shit to him.
Right, but he got in his
to
face
change your
first. He
vibration.
created the whole situation.
Hey, I don't think Diddy was that cool, to be honest. I think
he
Diddy was.
wasn't.
I don't know if you're being satirical or not, but he was not being very cool.
No.
I
He's in
think-
the guy's face. Look at him. He's being a dick.
I think that
He's being the Joker, dude. It's
Right,
Halloween.
but that doesn't give you carte blanche to just get in people's faces
He
just
broke
because you're in a
character for,
fucking
like-
costume.
he started talking shit to him for like 2 minutes, being like, "I can end you, literally, I can end you," and stuff.
Well, he can end him. He's just telling him the
but
truth.
that's not cool.
Then he's like, I'm all
Dude,
love.
whatever. I'm sorry.
all love.
It is love. Change your vibration, come to the after party.
Yeah.
He loves celebrities, Pat. That was not that cool. I think he was trying to play cool on camera because he knew he was on camera.
No, you guys are so wrong.
He couldn't be like, "Hey, wait, it's me, Puff. Let's just be friends right away." He had to do 13 insults where he could ruin this dude's life.
You guys are so
no idea
He's a
wrong.
what's going
nobody.
on.
Do you know who I am? That type of thing.
He was the most
He is a
confused
nobody.
man in the whole world at that moment.
Yeah.
Guys, he's
I'm on
Puff
Ferguson's
Daddy.
side.
He's focused.
Me too.
He's focused on being the Joker. Oh, I'm so sorry that the Joker upset you and got in your face or stepped on your shoe. But he's the fucking Joker. Back off.
Okay.
So you can just dress up as the Joker and get away with anything, is what you're saying.
On one night a year, bro. Just like we get one long
It's not the
movie a year.
Purge.
What don't you? It's not the Purge because nothing's actually happening. It's
Right,
hilarious.
Right, but don't get all fucking puffy,
Right.
no pun intended, if some guy, reacts to you being a jackass.
You're absolutely allowed to act like a jackass in character
Yeah.
on Halloween,
Yeah.
but you're also absolutely allowed to be like, "Hey, get away from me, jackass," and then you don't
Yeah.
have to be like, "I could ruin your life."
Right. Hey, you're supposed to be cool with this. It's Halloween.
I'm gonna
Halloween
make sure you're fired from power.
Don't you know what night it is?
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
All right, bend over and kiss my shoes, and then we're good.
He wouldn't do that he would only do that if the Joker did that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, hey, I love what we got out of that. I was saying this slow news day because my first
No, I know it was incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm joking.
my first story is about a hot girl hitting a golf ball into the Grand Canyon. So
Go on.
Sick.
yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Let's see it.
Here she is, though. I mean, what a girl to hit a golf ball into a Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? That's Katie Sigmund. She's 19 years old. She's a very hot moron. Here's a little video she posted on her. She's just TikTok.
Why you say she's a moron?
Well, because she hit a golf ball into a Grand Canyon.
Into a Grand Canyon or
Into
the
the
Grand?
Grand Canyon. Into the Grand
Why is
Canyon.
that? I mean, that's kind of sick.
Well, because there's people down there. There she is again.
Are there people down there that would kill someone?
Not enough to get hit.
Yeah.
You're fine, bro. That's a hell of an
it's-
outfit.
That's a hell of an outfit, is it? No,
19
actually,
pounds.
and she did get in trouble. So
Wish you'd said 22.
here she is. Here's the video. No, she's 19.
A teen is.
I know.
have to
But
say
she's still
teen,
19.
huh?
She's
Yeah.
still 19. Here she
Okay.
is. She hit and then the club head, as you can see, also flew off into the Grand Canyon.
Oh, she threw the club.
Yeah. So one, she's littering. Two, she could have really hurt someone. And
Herself, as someone who's probably hit, well, not probably, certainly hit
Break her wrist.
40 times more golf balls than she's ever hit in her life. No way I'm doing that. No way I'm swinging a golf club that close to the edge of the Grand Canyon. Not
Also,
a chance.
Isn't it all rock there? How do you
yeah,
even?
that's why she broke a club, because she hit a rock.
Yeah,
There's a river that goes down the middle of the Grand
it's
Canyon.
gonna jam
Right.
your wrists up.
Yeah, you can still hike down there. Anyway, the Grand Canyon National Park Service, the nerds over at the National Park Service, really didn't like it. They're not impressed with it. They said, do we really need to say don't hit golf balls into the Grand Canyon? On October 26th, an individual posted a video to her personal TikTok page showing her hitting a golf ball and throwing a golf club into the canyon near Mather Point. Members of the public helped identify the individual's social media account, and then they identified her, located her, contacted her, and now she's probably going to face a lifetime ban from the Grand Canyon, if not all national parks, because they didn't like that.
And let me ask you went on her Instagram, it looks like.
I did. I certainly did.
Here's another some research.
If intern Jackson liked her pictures.
Oh, I did. I'm sure he did, though.
But I also found her name. What's her name on Instagram?
Katie Sigmund, Sigmond. I mean, this is right up Jackson's alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did find this though. She's married to this goofy guy, lucky goofball.
She's 19 and she's married.
That's what this post says. And there's another post of them together. Yeah, they're like childhood sweethearts. Blah blah blah.
Well, you know what he looks like? He looks like he's from maybe Asian culture. His parents might have been first generation. He definitely just looking at it. He definitely used some sort of quote unquote cultural leverage about the tradition of getting married early to marry her at 19.
Well, he's a genius.
So lock it up.
Small town.
How many followers?
Church related.
Oh, she's got 7 million on TikTok and 3 million on IG.
Jesus Christ.
We only have we know someone that likes her things, but it's not intern Jackson. Damn it.
Oh, let me look. I want to know.
Is it me?
No,
it's Wes.
It's a follower of ours, but I didn't recognize the name.
Okay. Anyway, people were really pissed off. A couple comments. Michael Ayers says, "Attention seeking shallow, just plain stupid. All three?" ? This is my favorite one. Aaron Keys Richies wants everyone to know she was there last week. Oh my God, a lot of hikers are down there, including me last week. She could have hurt someone.
I love the people that went on vacation and posted when Venice was flooding.
Yeah.
People were like, I was in Venice 6 months ago and there was no water.
I bet people did that with the Seoul Korea thing. That was just in Seoul.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I was on the same street in Seoul, Korea. No one crushed me.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
I was hiking there a month ago.
We flew first class.
I was on a plane that ours didn't crash though.
Yeah. Fucking idiots. And then so I looked into it. Everyone was saying she could have killed someone. And golf balls. You think they could really hurt you but terminal velocity is what would have happened. And I found this nerd post that he plugged in the numbers, and basically, if a golf ball is thrown off of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which is the world's tallest building, it reaches terminal velocity. As it gets closer, the wind, friction and resistance is going to slow it down a little bit as the air gets thicker, and it's not going to be enough to be fatal.
I don't believe
it'll leave a big welt.
I read that entire thing. I don't believe that at all. Okay, I don't believe his math.
He convinced me because the numbers looked real.
No. That guy's trolling people. Okay. No.
Well,
I don't think so. A golf ball falling from above the Grand Canyon to the bottom of the Grand Canyon will kill you, 100%.
I think it certainly could, but I don't think. Yeah. I think you're more likely to survive than die.
Isn't it like if a nickel comes from the Empire State Building?
That's one of those old wives' tales too. I think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
A golf ball from the Empire State Building would kill you.
All right. Well, this is a perfect thing for Jack Severt to weigh in on. So Jack, we're waiting for this.
Certainly, the golf club wouldn't feel nice.
No. Yeah. Nice driver. Okay. So let's go to Singapore. Last one. My son is half Singaporean. Fun fact. And boy, is he's really prideful about that. Singapore this, Singapore that. Singapore's better than this. Mom's better than you. All kinds of just fun stuff, And, but we're not going to talk about the great things Singapore has to offer today. Instead, we're going to talk about 4 husbands from Singapore who devised the plan that would allow them all to fuck each other's wives without the wives even caring or knowing. And you want to know how they did it?
Yes.
Yeah, they drugged and raped them, of course. Yeah. So 4 men. Yeah. Duh. 4 men
they killed him afterwards.
Not funny. 4 men met on an online forum and discussed wife sharing fantasies. I guess this is a thing. You can go on these forums and just be like, hey, I've been thinking about maybe you fuck my wife. And then I've been thinking maybe you fuck my, I fuck your wife. And then someone's like, hey, I've been thinking the same thing.
Tough barrier of entry. When someone agrees with you, you're like, whew, what a relief.
Right, exactly. And your wife has to agree too, right? Yeah. That's the real tough barrier of entry. Like, hey, honey, I've been thinking maybe
me and the guys have been talking.
Yeah.
I was really nervous typing this out.
me and the guys online have been talking.
Forever to hit enter.
Yeah. We were thinking maybe you let these 3 other guys you don't know fuck you. How about that? And of course, that didn't pan out like they wanted it to. So the one guy was like, well, hey, we're out of options. Guess we got to just drug them now. And that's what they did. So they found the perfect concoction. They did some research, and then they don't even identify these guys. They're known as K, L, M, and N. And they because I guess there's a gag order.
Fucked up like a pop band.
Candy or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Candy.
So it was discovered because one of the wives woke up and saw a video playing on the phone and opened up the Skype chat, and it was between these 2 dudes, and she was like, "Hey, that's me?" And that's Kevin. And wait a second, why is Kevin?
Oh, that's horrible.
Drugging me. Why am I passed out and Kevin's raping me? And
that's
the
not
husband.
a great way to find out.
No, not at all. So the husband took the phone, deleted it all. And it's called Sammy Boy is this forum that they find out. I don't know if these guys are Singaporean, if they're British, or they're
Sammy
white.
Boy?
Dude. Yeah, Sammy Boy. This was 2010, 2011, I guess. And now that they're just going to trial now. So and then they just kept doing this with each other's wives, and finally, hang on, let me see what the prosecutors say. Oh yeah, this is the 3 prosecutors who handled the cases called for between 19 and 23 years jail time and 24 canings for all these dudes.
Cane those boys.
Yeah, caning. And they just found tons of incriminating videos and photos of these men who they'd taken. I mean, they just were passing around each other's wives for years while they were drugged out and like partying with them. So, pretty fucked up.
That's not great.
Yeah, slow news day.
Wow, Sammy boys.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, I don't know what we're gonna do, but my wife said no. Your wife said no too.
That's terrible for Sammy Boyd, the Asbury Park concert promoter, and Sammy Boy, who was a wild card poker player.
Does it still
just from a
exist?
Googling perspective? I mean, just from a.
That's what's named after. He could keep a secret. The poker player.
Yeah. No, you don't want your name, like if someone misspells it, to come up with like a wife swap drugging organization.
No, it's tough.
No, you don't. So that's gonna do it for today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let me
You have to
pull
pay a
up the reel
reputation manager to help you out there.
Happy Day of the Dead.
Yeah, happy Halloween, happy Day of the Dead, happy all that shit. Let's get that wheel up. Figure out who's doing the coffee tomorrow.
here. You're off, correct, Pat?
I'm not working tomorrow.
Okay.
Spinner up. Oh, looks like it's not moving very well for us.
Let's see. We're in it on well. There you go.
Landed it will, apparently. That's going to be funny for them to watch because you can't see it at all.
Well, you saw the end. He knows it was an actual
You
spin.
saw the result.
Oh, that was awesome. Well,
remember, we would really appreciate it if you guys, did buy some merch. These are our best merch, shirts that we've put out ever. The cream of the crop and the cup of coffee.
and we're proud of them.
Yeah, really proud of them. And they're fantastic. Make a great gift. So if you want to help the show out and get a great t-shirt at the same time, that's where you go. store.hardfactor.com. And again, DM me if you want anything else. If you see something in that you hey, I want this and that, DM me and I'll make it for you.
There you go. Simple as that.
Great holiday gift.
Great holiday gift. Anyway, we love you. Have a great fucking day.